Thank you for taking the time to come. We've seen many progresses on AI Nexus. We can see also some. I don't know, like if we can speak about pivot, but you were surfing of on what's the community wants. So I think it's pretty interesting. Last time you came on the show, we were mainly speaking about the AI Nexus
Mobile.
initial project.
Yeah.
So the metaverse on which you
Yeah.
can prompt and insert different items. You can interact with many people on it, and now we mainly speaking about clones on
Yeah.
AI Nexus Twitter. So can you tell us about the progress, the evolution of the value proposition, or is it just temporary features, but the goal remain the same? Take the time to explain the evolution.
Yeah, that's a good question, a very valid one as well. Think of it as a two-in-one product, I think. The main value proposition remains the same, hence the countdown for today. No spoilers. The mobile app is still obviously our main vehicle, and we still have the same roadmap, the same ideals, trying to reach as many Web2 users through Google and Apple, and trying to onboard them through our app into multiversX. I think basically, like most of what you guys were saying about ViboX, it's pretty much like going into the same route, which I love. Like the more the merrier. It doesn't have to be us doing this, trying to convert Web2 to Web3. I think everyone should be trying to do this if possible. The clone machine app, however, came from an idea that I had actually on New Year's Eve, and I spent 2 hours just before midnight with one of my devs discussing this. So it was like end of 2024, like the last few hours, and we were like, listen, the mobile app is sort of like a 5-year business plan. It's really nice and it's really good for Web2 and for traditional business, but Web3 guys don't have time for this. So let's build that. Let's continue doing that. But let's bring in some sort of a bonus app that's browser. It doesn't have any restriction. It's frictionless. It doesn't care about Google and Apple. It doesn't have to wait for them to approve or to, basically tell us what we can and we can't do in the app. That's how we came up with Clone Machine, and that has taken the spotlight a bit lately because that was the most active and building in public sort of approach. And as you guys have seen on our socials, if you've been following, that's the most instant gratification app that we could think of, in the sense that it's like a okay, let me just tell the premise to your listeners that don't know what it is. It's basically turn your profile picture into a 3D AI agent. And how it works is, for now, it just works with Twitter. So we take your Twitter login, and you have two things on your Twitter. You have your profile picture, which we turn through a pretty complicated process into a 3D avatar. There are, I mean, GRM, you have your own as well in there, and I'll talk about the new feature about the Mortal Kombat thing in a second. But basically, it takes your profile picture, like your 2D profile picture, whatever it is, and it turns it into a 3D avatar. Like you see for the multiversX one is the pixelated robot. It turned it into a 3D pixelated robot. The GRM, we actually got this picture from you, but yeah, we turned you into a 3D avatar. We went for this slightly more cartoonish look because we didn't want, if we went for hyper realism, it might look a bit cringe. Plus, I don't want, like, people want their funny version, their meme version of themselves as the avatar. That's why we went with this route. So the whole thing is it transforms your picture into a 3D avatar, which can then be deployed in multiple things. And it also reads your past 300 tweets, I think. and it creates sort of like a knowledge base and the personality based on your tweets. So GRM, for example, GRM's avatar will probably respond in something similar to how you GRM post on Twitter. If we did, Benny's avatar or Robert Sasu's avatar, which we did. So Robert responds in a more dev-oriented way, let's say, and it kind of depends on how your Twitter profile is. That kind of gives the personality of your avatar.
You made me very mean.
Man, listen, it's the AI. We don't have anything to do with it. It's the AI that decides. So whatever your Twitter says, that's what the AI interprets. So,
Oh my god! So I think my ex is very mean. Mm,
that's for you to decide. Listen, we're not judging anyone. We're
and
just
when I am on this
yeah.
page, how can I change the clone and choose another one? Where is it possible? Here, the house.
No, it's not
No?
in this version. So this is not like the mobile version where you dress up your avatar and you change things. Here we're basically generating a 3D mesh from the profile picture, so you won't be able to change your clothes in this version.
No, no, no. I'm not talking about the clothes. Sorry, I was talking about changing the clone.
Oh, the clone.
Choosing
Oh,
another one. So you need to go back to the whole.
yeah, the clone. Sorry, I understood
No,
clothes.
no, it's
My
okay.
bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, basically, it's like sort of like I think of it as sort of like a YouTube. So each clone has a channel. So yeah, you need to go back to home and then. But now that you're saying this, we might feature some clones in this, so that you can easily access them, like featured clones or something. But basically, if you go to home and not familiar with the context.
Yeah,
See, Benny wants to focus on
I'm building.
blockchain scale, yeah, on building, which is. But I mean, again, these are not things that we tinker with. This is just what our AI fetches from the Twitter profile. So it's
It's very cool. It's very entertaining, and I heard that you recently released a new mode,
yeah.
which is like Mortal Kombat.
You have it there. Yeah, you have it there. Basically, you pick the avatar and then you Mortal Kombat and you pick a 1v1. So basically, just choose whoever you want to.
Okay, so
Um,
first I need to choose.
yeah, so you need to choose the avatar and
Okay,
then you go
so
to
Mortal
exactly,
Kombat.
and then you'll have this list and then you pick
Okay,
whoever
so
you
let's
want to.
pick with X Portal.
Right.
Great. And so now we can. So what are they? Okay, so I
You
describe
give them the
this.
topic. You just give them like talk about tomatoes
Okay, so
or
let me choose the topic I'll speak about with X Portal. Okay, when X Portal token. And so
okay. It might not. Yeah, they might not have like the information like this, but let's see. Let's see what happens.
okay, so
Well,
there. Okay.
maybe obviously, since they haven't given any information regarding the token on their X profile, there's no way the AI knows a lot.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
So
And so,
maybe you can give it like a subject like just basically something that's debatable. But again, it's like a meme-ish approach, so don't expect like extremely precise information or it's just whatever we could fetch from the tweets in the in the past 200 or 300 tweets. I don't remember what it is.
oh,
So
okay. Maybe I was just mean during the last,
maybe it's just the last. Yeah.
because before I was so kind and unfortunate.
We missed those. We missed those. We haven't seen those. Oh, I mean, our AI hasn't seen. God damn it. So
Okay, sounds very good. Thank you very much. So yeah, I got the evolution and the opportunism in a good way of saying. When I speak about opportunism,
yeah.
it's not bad thing. It's just you need to take opportunities. Just to be clear. but okay, you got this clone. So what's the reaction of the community, the AI community? First, are they do they like it? Or they maybe asking, okay, clones are good, but this is not why I bought the token.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
participating to the launch pad and so on. So what's the reaction of the community? To be honest, I haven't seen anything on X, so that's why I'm asking.
I think like the reaction has been, and I will say like actually like 99 point something percent positive. Because everyone sees it as it is. It's a meme-ish sort of thing of an approach that will complement the serious stuff that's about to come. I mean, when I say serious stuff, let's not forget AI Nexus as a whole is a game, so it's not that serious. But you understand what I'm saying. This is like a very in-your-face, or like let's have fun, let's have some memes. I think it also complements well the direction that multiversX has been taking lately, in the sense that um, we are heading as an ecosystem towards being more user friendly. At least that's how it seems to me. Starting from 1 or 2 years ago, when I was looking at it, was like institutions and very serious projects and stuff like that. There was nothing about memes or accessibility. And now, with projects like ours, which hopefully will bring in some fresh users, with VibeOX, with this whole approach, I think it's a good market fit as well.
Okay, let's speak frankly.
Yeah,
We are on crypto Web3. Okay,
right.
clones. These clones are just Web2. There is in my, so correct me if
Or
I'm
not.
wrong.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
No, you're
connection
right.
with blockchain or so on. So we can see many initiatives around AI agent. So do you plan to make these clones on chain in a
Yeah,
way or another?
yeah. Absolutely. It's like also 90 something percent done. The way the things that we want to do at first is first initiate a self-serve dashboard. So for now, we've been making these clones sort of as a B2B approach, in the sense that, okay, we're talking with a project, we're asking for them if they want us to make a clone. We make it, we publish it on our website, and then they distribute it on their communities. That was the whole approach, to be honest, just to try and get visibility and just to try and get as many communities. And to be honest, we got like some very cool communities in, even outside of multiverse. We tried not to stay within multiverse only. We went outside. We brought in Turbo, the meme coin. They were super happy about it and very supportive. SPX 6900, which is another pretty hot meme at the moment, and a couple of other ones. And we have some in discussion, like Floki and a few others. So I think it was very well received from like the big player or the bigger players, and from outside of multiverse, which was one of the goals. Like, we shouldn't address only multiverse X projects with this. I want this to be like, everyone can participate, and not even you don't even need to be a project. So we're working on the self-serve dashboard, in which anyone can go in. There will be a small payment, because we have costs obviously with all the LLMs and the image generation, 3D model generation, 3D model rigging that are involved. But anyone with a Twitter profile can create their own clone. That was the premise. That still is the premise. We just got a bit delayed in launching this because of numerous technical issues, which we solved. I'm hoping that by the end of June we can have this feature out, in which anyone can create their own clone, basically. So that would allow anyone, let's say from your community, GRM, to go in, create their own clone. It won't be expensive, so no worries about that. And then engage in a Mortal Kombat with your clone. And then what the plan is, and I'll finish my thought process here. The plan is to roll out almost on a weekly or every 2 weeks, to roll out different deployments for the clone. So for now, the clone can do two things: free chat, and since last week, on Thursday, I think we launched the Mortal Kombat thing. So now you can have another interaction. And we're working on things like there's a battle royale mini game, in which your clone, not you, can participate against other clones in an obstacle course, and then they take decisions based on your X personality as well. Like in your case, for example, they would choose the more dangerous but faster route, and maybe Robert's clone would take the safer but less dangerous route. Something like that. We're still tweaking this, but that's the whole idea. We also have the AI intern project that we're working, in which the clone itself can be fed a knowledge base, not just what it sees on Twitter, but just give it like white papers, just actually make it smart. Right now, it's like a meme based on your Twitter, but for example, we actually tested this on the X Portal and X Exchange, I think, and on AI Nexus. These three clones, I think, have the enhanced brain, in which we fed them PDFs and stuff like that. So if you ask our clone about our tokenomics and stuff like that, they will know how to answer, even though this is not the information present on our Twitter profile. So we have this, and then the ultimate goal would be, if things go well and we see a lot of traction, to sort of like do clone GTA 6 open world, in which you release your clone and you watch it do stuff. So it's like a big brother. So you don't control it. Obviously, it would be very easy for us to give you controls, but that's not the point. The point is, how does your Twitter profile and personality derived from it behave in a virtual world with others? Your clone, if we set it in loose in a 3D environment with maybe some weapons, maybe some cars, and then there's Benny there, or there's what would your clone do? It's not what you would do. It's what your clone would do. Would it be friends with people? Would it steal their car? What would it do? So that's kind of like
it's entertaining, it's fun, but in 2025, and it was the case last year, and maybe it has always been the case in the internet, you get bored very fast. And
for sure.
Speculation drives attention, drives adoption, and that's in Web3, in blockchain, in crypto, it has always been the same. So my point is, are you thinking about linking, for example, AI agents, so investment, autonomous investment, meme coins, for example, because all what you do with clone is meme, because everything is a meme. It's fun, it's entertaining, and so on. So do you think to clone to link, these narratives, AI agents, meme coins, with the infrastructure that you built in 3D?
100%. Like the initial idea was to dedicate this to bringing AI agents to life through a 3D clone. But then we said, why limit ourselves to AI agents only? Let's go, anyone can become an AI agent, because initially we started with virtuals and Eliza OS agents, and our initial talks in January were, okay, let's build this, but for the agent owners. But then we decided, let's expand. Let's make everyone an agent owner in there, even if it's not agent in the sense that like the full Web3, my agent has a token, and let's drive attention towards it. But this will be part, like this was part of the unique selling proposition that I had in mind. Okay, let's say you have a virtual agent, right? You want to make money with it, right? How do you do that? You have a JPEG and an LLM behind it. But how about you have your virtual agent is competing against blockchains or other agents, or is talking to other agents, basically making allowing non-visual things to become visual. That was the thing. So to answer your question, any meme coin that's just a JPEG can become something that's interactive. Any existing AI agent, like AIXBT, we did the AIXBT in 3D form. We haven't spoken to the owner or anything like that, but just to and it can do fun stuff, and it can bring more attention to these projects. That's the way we envisioned it. But then again, as I said, we went a step further and said, okay, but let's do this for everyone. Why can't everyone have their own agent, even if it's just for fun? And I 100% agree with what you said. Attention and instant gratification. These are the keywords. Like, and you need to bring new shit every day. Like, you can't go like, yeah, but we've built something cool 6 months ago. Are you still not entertained? No, they're not entertained. Everyone wants something fresh now. That's why we're building in public. That's why we're rolling out features on the Clone Machine app, trying to do so like every 1 or 2 weeks. Maybe like we have one. I think you'll like that one. It's like a roast master where your clone roasts your followers, and just funny stuff like this. Which, yeah, you'll get bored after 30 minutes, but then we have another feature. Try this one. You'll get bored of that one as well, but then we'll come up with something new. So that's what we're trying to do. And you've probably seen on our socials, we've been super active in the past few months, like onboarding projects, encouraging interactions. You can create, like for example, your followers, if they interact with your clone right now on our website, at the end of the interaction, I think it's like 5 or 10 interactions, they get the report card. How big of a GRM fan are you? And we base the interactions and their questions towards your clone, and we score them. I mean, not we, the AI that we set up scores. So I think we're just trying to make everything as viral and as instant as possible, and going the route of browser, no login, no download. I think that was a smart move, because no one wants to spend even a minute downloading something, because then they'll only spend like another minute on the app itself. So everything needs to happen right now. So that was sort of like, to answer your initial question, AI Nexus, the mobile app, coming soon. I'm not going to say when, but very soon. Start with demos.
Of course, we'll finish by this.
Yeah.
What's up with AI Nexus, the initial project, we can say?
It's done. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
It's done. It's coming sooner than you expect. Apple and Google have been friendlies after all. We had a few issues. They don't like the Web3 integrations that much. We had a couple of things that we needed to convince them of and stuff like that. But yeah, that's coming, and we'll try to stick to our roadmap and keep Clone Machine as an additional bonus app, let's say. And we will link the two together, by the way. So they're not like, I'm trying this and I'm trying this. We're trying two different approaches, but they will be linked together. So we want to allow your clone to be used as a playable character in the AI Nexus mobile app after you create it, just to bring it even more value, to give it more value. So that's coming. I can't really say anything very specific, but by the end of the day, you might see it on our socials.
Okay, sounds very good. Can't wait. Thank you very much, Mihai, for coming.
Always a pleasure.
You're always welcome on GM Web3. And yeah, keep it up, keep building, and keep clone everyone.
I will, don't worry. And you guys just use our product, have some fun with it. Share any ideas that you have. You've shared a couple of ideas with me. They're on the to-do list, by the way. Those were good ideas. We'll implement as many as we can as we go along.
But there's a problem.
Yeah, please.
There's a big problem. Where is your clone?
I mean, I'm not a public personality like you guys, so I don't have one. When I'll get famous, I'll have my own clone. But for now, I need to stay in the shadows and build. It's all good.
Saying in a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much, Mihai.
Thank you so much.
See you very soon.
Have an excellent day, and have an excellent day, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This show is over. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, don't forget to engage with our socials on the YouTube, on Twitch, on X. Of course, I would like to thank, of course, EAPS, the second sponsor of GM Web3. Thank you very much, and good luck for your launch on Solana. A very new collection of 3,333 new NFTs are launching on Solana. You can check their socials in description of YouTube and of course podcast, and you can see the first artworks of this new collection. Great collection, great art, and thank you very much for your support, EAPS. Thank you very much, and see you next Wednesday for a new GM Web3 dedicated to multiversX. And for the French-speaking guy, see you on Friday for a new GM Web3 with new guests, new news, new analysis. Thank you very much, and take care of yourself.